Yeah, so welcome back to our podcast. My name is Regan Dugolovi. I'm a tutor here at Dream Languages and Adult Literacy. And yes, I've been teaching German for the last 10 years, and I'm glad to share my experience and my expertise with you. So, I already mentioned that you need 10 things to pass the A1 exam, and I'm continuing with, I think, number five. I already mentioned introduction, asking questions and answering them, making commands and requests. And today, I want to show you a few topics actually that you need, these ones that you really need as a must to pass the A1 exams. That means there are topics that actually you're studying in your books that I might say are irrelevant. You might not really need them for the exam because I know your books usually have, let me say, 24 or 20 or 30 topics. But I selected 10 topics that you need to pass the A1 exam. Topic one, shopping. So shopping. Now, if you remember in my videos, early videos, I told you that the topics that you need are very important because the vocabulary that is used in the entire exam, not only the speaking or writing, in the entire exam, be it reading or listening, is rotating about them. So it's very hard to miss actually this topic in the exam. So shopping. Now you must gather all the vocabulary you need for this. So you have to know something about the prices. How do you ask for prices? You must know things about, for example, shopping center, maybe a shop, maybe the floor. So those words that you always see. For example, erster Stock, Grundstock. You've seen things like maybe Einkaufszentrum, such words. They are important so that when you meet them in the exam, they are not new to you. The books might not tell you that. That's where the challenge is, because you will go, for example, in the mention book. Sorry if I'm using this as the example, and most of you are using these books. You'll read and then you find, hey, here they taught us shopping, but what do they have in shopping? Maybe Tisch, Stuhl, Teppich, and then the prices, and then the Sonderangebot, and that's all. But the exam now comes with erster Stock, Grundstock. You find all those things that were not covered probably, or they are covered later in other topics and students fail to find a relationship between them. So you must know shopping and everything about it. Topic number two is leisure. This is a very good topic, by the way. Leisure. This is where you talk about meeting your friends, the activities you do in your leisure time. That is Freizeit. Yeah, I think I should be actually writing them in German so that you can get them. So shopping is Einkaufen. Yeah. So leisure, this is Freizeit. So Freizeitaktivitäten. For example, Radfahren, Freunde treffen, um, maybe Fußball spielen, stuff like that. Everything you do in your free activities. Is it lesen? Is it kochen, tanzen, ins Kino gehen, so schwimmen, everything that you do in your free time. This is a very relevant topic. Number three, now, sport itself is a topic, by the way, although we can put it in what? In free time, but it can as well be a topic as well. Do you do sport? So under sport, you have the Fußball spielen, Basketball spielen, also Schwimmen, etc. You know all the types of sport. Okay. Number four, food. Food, that is what you call Essen or Lebensmittel, the food. So you must know different types of food, rice. You must know different types of maybe the meals themselves, Mahlzeiten, Frühstück, Mittagessen, Abendessen. You must know anything to do with food. So of course, food rotates around not just the food stuff, but also maybe invitation, because actually here you can have a very good topic for email writing. They can ask you to write an invitation to a friend, inviting them maybe for dinner or for Mittagessen or something like that. Okay. Now, number five. So number five is, you see, under leisure, there are very many other things. There's, for example, spazieren gehen. It can come but usually only in writing. So let me first pick another thing. Maybe I can bring that one later on. There is work, which is arbeiten. Arbeiten, to work. Now, arbeiten or Beruf, you must know about workplace, Arbeitsplatz. Okay? Those are the words you find in the exam and be like, I've never seen this before. You know, you can find things like Büro, things like Arbeitskollege, Arbeitskleidung, and these are the things you're going to find in our cards that I talked about earlier. So imagine they have brought for you the theme of Arbeiten, and you've never heard of any of those words that I'm talking about. So you must acquaint yourself with these words. Number 6, we can have work and school go together. So we can have Schule, or sometimes you can have the word they call Ausbildung. Most of you always hear you, I'm studying German to do the Ausbildung. But do you know what actually Ausbildung stands for? Yeah, you shall get more information maybe in the bio, or if you know the answer, you can put it in our comment section. Then you have, I've already mentioned the Schule, the Ausbildung. I've mentioned the Essen, Arbeiten. What am I missing? Um, okay, media. Yeah, they love this thing about media. uh, Most of you, when you hear media, you only think of social media, but to talk about media, you're talking about the books, the newspaper, the TV, the radio. These things are good to know because you use them in everyday life. And how can I forget transport? Hmm? Transport, or what we call Verkehrsmittel. This is very common. Verkehrsmittel. Hmm? Like bus, taxi, Bahn, Zug. You find those words, you have to use them, to ask questions. Okay. Number 9, Veranstaltungen. You know what that stands for? Veranstaltungen. These are like events. You can find, for example, festivals, like let me say Christmas. What is Christmas called in German? Do you know that? What is Easter? Hmm? So the German event. So Christmas, for example, Weihnachten, Ostern, we have Silvester, we have maybe Geburtstag, Hochzeit. These words are very important for you to know. And then you must also know weather, what you call Wetter. You must know weather. Now you will ask me, what about things like Familia and Freunde? Correct. All those things, you see, they come here under leisure, because from leisure we can get other things, personal relationships and whatever. So under there we have like Freundschaft. Yeah, it's a good topic. We have Familia. Okay, a very good topic, you know. And so you see, and most of them cut across. Like when you see, for example, from Schüler, you can have again the Freunde in der Schüler, you can have maybe the teachers and all that. So you see all these words, combining them, now you're going to find important things. And of course, before I close this video, I don't want to make it too long. Now, when you have Freund or when you have Familia, of course, you also expect things like Wohnen, to live, Wohnung. So Wohnen. So there are 10 topics, but some of them are subtopics within them. So if you like, we can explain some of these topics, what you really need to know about them, which exact vocabulary you must know. Sometimes I make it easier for my students in class by giving them sample questions for all these themes. For example, I go into maybe Vunen and I look at Das house, and then we try to see what is in the house, like balcony, what is, all the things that are in the house, Wohnzimmer, Kinderzimmer, and so on. So then from those, we can now start generating questions. And I have to make my students ask questions like, wie viele Zimmer hast du, oder wie viele Zimmer hat deine Wohnung, and so on. Hat deine Wohnung einen Balkon? So in this way, they learn to generate their own questions. So when they find these words in the exams, they are not very new to them. For you, how do you learn? See you in our next video. Cheers.